"Ma'am, I'm sorry, I'll put it back." He was maybe 17, holding a crumpled $10 bill and a second-hand blazer. His hands shook. The store clerk rolled her eyes, but Eleanor, standing in line behind him, stepped forward. "Don't. It fits you. You'll need it. I'll cover the rest." He froze, eyes wide. "No thank you." Just a nod, and he ran. People chuckled. One even muttered, "Seriously? For a stranger?" But Eleanor just smiled. If you believe one small act of kindness can change a life, drop a heart in the comments. Eleanor had watched the boy for 20 minutes, circling that blazer like his life depended on it. Check the price tag, count the money, walk away, come back. The kid's ritual was painful to watch. Eleanor recognized it. She'd done the same dance at 22, needing interview clothes and coming up short. Back then, Mrs. Henderson from down the street had quietly covered the difference. "Pay it forward someday," she'd said. Now, at 73, Eleanor understood timing. The clerk was getting impatient. The boy was running out of courage, and Eleanor was exactly where she needed to be. "Son," she said, reaching for her wallet, "that blazer was made for you, and something tells me you've got somewhere important to be." The boy looked up with desperate hope. "Sometimes life puts us exactly where we need to be," Eleanor said gently. "Today, I'm here for you. Someday, you'll be here for someone else." That's how these things worked. Not charity investment, in circles that were meant to keep turning. Eleanor didn't mention it to her husband Robert until he asked why she seemed so content at dinner 3 days later. "Helped a young man," she said simply. "Reminded me of when your mother slipped me the money for my first job interview outfit." He smiled. "That was 48 years ago, but some kindnesses you never forget." Her breakfast group at the community center ribbed her the next week. "Still playing fairy godmother, Ellie?" Eleanor chuckled over her coffee. At her age, she'd learned the difference between expectations and hope. Expectations were disappointments waiting to happen. Hope was always worth the investment. She didn't need the boy to remember her or send thank you cards, but she found herself wondering, was the kid wearing the blazer? Had he found his moment? Not expectations, just an old woman's curiosity about whether her small stone had made ripples. Eleanor was tending her garden when Robert called from inside. "Ellie, come see this." On the evening news, a young man in a familiar blue blazer was accepting a trophy, state debate champion, full scholarship to Harvard. The reporter asked, "What would you tell other kids who think college is out of reach?" The boy, Marcus Williams, straightened Eleanor's tie and spoke with quiet confidence. "Sometimes the biggest moments start with the smallest acts of kindness." 6 weeks ago, a stranger told me that life puts us exactly where we need to be. Today, I understand sometimes we're there for someone else. Eleanor set down her gardening gloves. The blazer fit perfectly. Eleanor's granddaughter Emma saw the news clip and recognized her grandmother in the security footage the station aired. Her Facebook post was simple. "This is my grandma, 73 years old and still changing lives." The post went viral. Thousands of shares, comments from strangers, and a phone call from the thrift store manager. "Mrs. Peterson, I've had 17 people this week asking how to start a fund like yours. They want to help kids afford interview clothes, school supplies, whatever they need." Eleanor laughed. "Carol, I just bought a blazer. Maybe, but now everybody wants to be the next person in line. We're calling it the Peterson Fund, if that's okay. $8,000 in the first month. Enough to help dozens of kids afford the small things that make big differences." Eleanor thought about the mathematics of kindness, how you give a little, and somehow the world gives back exponentially. Not to you, necessarily, but to someone who needs it. Years later, Marcus still sends Christmas cards. Medical school now. Still has the blazer. Started a debate program at his old high school, mentoring kids who count their money twice before making decisions. The Peterson Fund has helped over 200 students. Carol sends updates kids getting jobs because they could afford professional clothes, making it through interviews with confidence, starting their own businesses. Eleanor keeps the letters in her sewing room, not for recognition but as reminders. The best investments keep paying dividends long after you've forgotten you made them. She still shops at that thrift store, still pays attention to young folks measuring their dreams against their bank accounts, still carries that worn purse with the memory of every helping hand she's received. Because, in 73 years, Eleanor's learned that heroes aren't the ones making grand gestures. Heroes are the ones who notice, who see a 17-year-old staring at a blazer like it holds his future and realize that maybe it does. Sometimes life puts us exactly where we need to be. Sometimes we're there for someone else. And sometimes we learn that's the same thing. Kindness moving through the world like water, always flowing toward where it's needed most. If you believe one small act of kindness can echo forever, leave a heart and share this story with someone who's made your world better.